In the buzz right now, what do you think about splitting Arizona in two? A political group wants an area south of Gila River in Pima County to secede from Arizona and become its own state. And we first brought you the story on ABC 15 News at 4 yesterday. Now at 9, the initiative is actually gathering some steam on Facebook. The group Start Our State has a plan for southern Arizona, calling the new state Baja Arizona. They don't like what Arizona legislators have done recently, and they want to make their own decisions.
I and some other people finally got so frustrated with what's happening in Phoenix, and that we felt obligated to do something about it.
So now at 9, of course, we want to know what you think about this idea. We're standing back and letting you speak.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I think.
And you're from U of A. So you're down there where the line would be drawn, really.
I'm a Tucsonian, and I love being part of Arizona. I couldn't imagine.
But it's sort of Arizona. It'd be Baja Arizona. No, you're not down with it. Well, our producer, Sean, who is an ASU guy, he says that they should just take U of A and make that its own state.
I know.
What do you think about that?
He told me.
They've been duking it out all morning.
Yeah, it's on.
It's really interesting. I love what Michelle says, though, on Facebook. This cracked me up. She says, I think Texas will become its own country before this will ever happen.
Franny says Arizona has done crazier stuff than this. We're just the laughingstock of the U.S. now.
Katie says, living in Tennessee, I think Arizona is awesome. So, Jenny, she kind of agrees with you. I'll read a few more comments off Facebook. Chris says, 51 states, really? Too much sun exposure for those people who want this.
Brandy Baxter, read that. She says,
it's just ridiculous.
I think a lot of people kind of have the same reaction, although those involved are fairly serious about this.
Yeah.
We've got Kwambina, who says Arizona is just like, or lower Baja Arizona would be just like West Virginia, South Dakota, South Carolina, and you were saying that there's been a movement in California for
Jenny,
years.
you're from Southern California. There's been talk for years about, that Northern California wants to separate itself and become its own state.
Right.
And it's really funny because, like you were saying, I mean, we talk about this kind of in a tongue-in-cheek way, but Michael Todd makes an interesting comment. He thinks perhaps that the lawmakers said this was just a stunt to show they disagree or they don't agree with the current laws being passed by the state legislature. It's never going to happen, so they just want to maybe shine the light on some things that they don't agree with, and it's working because we're talking about it and we're buzzing about it. So, it's kind of hard to imagine that they would actually split the state.
Well, someone on Facebook said that it should just become part of Mexico.
Oh, wow. Someone else says on here, hey, if you don't like it, move.
That's right.
Move out of Arizona.
And the good thing is we live in a country where we could actually bring this up, that you can even consider it, possibly splitting the states.